With the Seattle Seahawks being the 5th NFL franchise for Isaiah King, he has a lot of different opportunities to play against his former teams, and today, that is going to be the Cleveland Browns. Now, Isaiah's last game wasn't really all that good in week number 2, so we're going to look past that here going into week number 3, and the Cleveland Browns defense, they're talking a lot of trash. This is Isaiah's former team. He won an MVP there, he won a Super Bowl there, and they're saying that Isaiah King will not have over 100 yards rushing today, continuing his streak from last week of only having 55. They're saying again, not more than 100 yards rushing, but the Seahawks have a little bit of a different presence in mind. Isaiah's planning to be heavily involved in both the running game and the passing game, and here in the passing game, we have a beautiful pass to Burgess, but Burgess can't hold on to that one as the Cleveland defensive backs knock that one out to force a punt. Now, Cleveland comes out with a punt of their own. This one goes all the way down to about the 8-yard line. Isaiah's going to field it cleanly, moves to the right-hand side. A couple guys in front of him. He's going to try to do something, but ultimately doesn't really go that far, and they drop him at the 18. Now here in offense, Isaiah's getting his carries going up the middle. Look at him fighting through. Look at this. Isaiah King is dragging multiple defenders to turn nothing into something. On 2nd and 4, they go to the halfback screen. It's been working all season long for Isaiah. He's finding a way to move out to the right-hand side. He gets down, and they're going to drop him just shy of the 40. But still, Isaiah's elusiveness is actually looking the best I've ever seen it after his injury. Now a good pass there to Burgess is going to move us down to the 48-yard line on 2nd and 5. Isaiah's in the Wildcat formation at the QB position. He rolls up to the left-hand side. One guy in front, and they're going to drop him just shy of the 35. Now on the 38, Isaiah's back at running back. He's wide open on the right-hand side. Plenty of room here. One guy to beat. Can he get past him? He's going to try to throw a stiff arm out, but still they're going to drop him down to the 5, just short of his destination, which is the end zone. Now trying to run the ball to the left-hand side. This time they're going to bring Isaiah King down for no gain on that rush. Now Russell Wilson back to the play action fake. He's got a little bit of pressure on his face. He rolls to the right-hand side, and Wilson can't get rid of it. Can't really find anybody open. So 3rd and goal, Isaiah moves to the left. He splits out. They throw it out to him. He's going to catch that one. He gets both feet down, but he's down at the 1-yard. Look at getting the catch. Both feet are down just before he hits the ground, but that's not going to be good enough for a touchdown. We're going to be forced to kick a field goal. Mike Thomas says, look, you got to run better routes, old fella. You know better than that. So going back to the halfback screen, our next possession, Isaiah finds his way down for a couple of yards, about 6 or so on that play. He's been heavily involved in the passing game and in the rushing game. Russell Wilson had him wide open there, but instead he throws it to the tight end, who still gets a first down for us. Now Isaiah's a wide receiver in the Wildcat. We rarely see that. He's got some room. Isaiah steps up, but look at this. The blocking is perfect. No one is going to catch the old fella. Number 27 goes into the end zone for another major touchdown. That's actually going to be touchdown number 20 of his career past the injury, because we're counting pre-injury Isaiah and post-injury Isaiah, and that's touchdown number 20 since his injury. Isaiah King is absolutely killing it, closing in on the all-time record. Now, 2nd and 9, Wilson throws one deep. He goes up, and this one is grabbed in by Moore. The tiny little slot receiver goes way up on that one and just completely Randy Mosses that defender. Now, 1st and 10 for Isaiah. We move out. This one's going to be thrown to the right-hand side, and that one is actually going to be intercepted. Young pulls in I believe his 3rd interception or 2nd interception of the actual season on that play. Now, just before halftime, it's a 10-6 lead for us. Russell Wilson back to the play action fake. He throws one deep, and he's going after Young, and Young is going to pick this one off too. Back-to-back interceptions for Young. I believe that's his 3rd interception of the season, and this dude really going to dance on us like that again. A great reception, somehow gets both feet in just before he hits the white line there to go out of bounds. Now, Cleveland does score, so it's a 13-10 lead for them. Russell Wilson on the run here is going to throw it out of bounds, and things are not looking good for Seattle here. The offense looked kind of good in the middle of the first half, but since then, it has been completely stagnant. Now, Wilson has pressure in his face, and this one is thrown to the ground. Russell Wilson, what are you doing? 10 for 20, 2 interceptions. That's not getting the job done. And we do get the ball back. We're still only down 3. Isaiah tries to hurdle the defender, and that one doesn't really work well because the defender went high, Isaiah went high, and that ended up in just being a bad tackle. Now, pass is thrown deep. Isaiah's got his man beat, and he catches this one. If it was thrown just a little bit more inside, that could have been a touchdown for Isaiah, but instead, we get 1st and goal. A great toe tap by the young fella, Isaiah King, and now he's back at wide receiver in the Wildcat. Now, Isaiah instead doesn't hold on to the rock. He gives it off to Moore, and Moore takes it. Look at the block that Isaiah King threw here. Sealing the edge, making sure the crafty little wide receiver can get in there. Moore is a speed demon. I mean, this dude has about 95 speed. No one is going to catch him, especially when those running lanes are opened up. Maybe we'll see him run the ball a little bit more because that was a pretty good outcome. Now, 4th and 5, Cleveland is forced to punt it. We have a 4-point lead. Isaiah drops a dude to the ground. What a ridiculous spin move. Let me get a hashtag savage in the comments if you saw that spin move and if you thought it was great. Now, Isaiah's back in the Wildcat here in 1st and 10. He's going to go with a counter play this time, though. Throws a guy off of him, but they drop him for a yard loss. 11 rushes, 84 yards, and a touchdown. It's been a good day so far, but we still have a lot more work to do here in the 4th quarter. Now, Wilson's back. He's going to roll to the right-hand side, but he fumbles. The offensive lineman is going to pick that one up, but it's going to be a safety, cutting our 4-point lead in half to make it 15-17. What is happening with our offense right now? Now, Cleveland goes down and scores, gets a field goal. We're down now a point, but Isaiah started 10 for 86. Since then, He's not doing good at all. So we go back in the Wildcat here in the 13. Isaiah Wisman, great blocking. He decides to cut up the middle. Look at this. Russell Wilson out to the edge. He says, look out, old fella. Get out of the way, Russell Wilson. Isaiah King is going for another ridiculous run. This one, though, is going to be 87 yards. His longest of the season. One of the longest of his career. A major play for a big player. But now we got to go for a 2-point conversion to try and extend this lead a little bit more. And Wilson drops back. He's looking for something. A little bit of time here. Gets forced to throw one. And that one's going to be batted down by the middle linebacker. So Russell Wilson continues his pretty subpar day, and we don't get the 2-point conversion. We only have a 5-point lead now. Now Isaiah with a solid run up the middle with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, but instead, this one's going to come back instead of moving forward. It's going to be holding on the offense. This one's on Luke Hoover. That's going to move us back 10 yards to make it 1st and 20. And we go back to the halfback screen. A good little play by Isaiah. He breaks a tackle, breaks a second one. Look at Isaiah moving through. Look at this, the little bit of a beast mode here. Isaiah King has a chance to get into the end zone. He dives, and he's just going to sneak into the end zone to get another receiving touchdown. What a play by Isaiah. Barely gets into the end zone on this one. Maybe or so by his elbow, but what a play by Isaiah, the Michigan Magician King. Mike Tomlin's pretty happy. He says, look, just keep doing that, and we might be fine. And we're back on offense. Cleveland does score again. It's only a 5-point lead, so we're going to run the ball out. We're going to try to make Cleveland use their timeouts, and most importantly, if we get a couple more first downs, we can walk out of here with a nice victory at home so Isaiah can get revenge on his former team. Now pass to the left-hand side. Russell Wilson gets it right to Isaiah, and he literally destroyed that defensive back. Number 24. Oh boy, that's a concussion or two for you right there. A great hit by Isaiah, showing that he still has the power, if maybe the speed isn't quite there like it used to be. Now, run to the left-hand side is just a bad decision by Isaiah. You got to cut that one upfield. You got to make sure you get positive yards. So 3rd and 12, we go to a halfback screen. Isaiah's running completely backwards. What is going on with Isaiah King? He loses 8 yards on that play. Cleveland actually comes down. They score a touchdown, and we're going to walk out of here with the loss today. That's going to be incredibly unfortunate. Isaiah played his heart out, had so many rushing yards, so many receiving yards, and everyone wants to say, what happened, Isaiah? You guys had the win. Most importantly, though, Philip O'Felly looked like a fool, a 55 QB rating. Didn't really play all that well, had a lot of yards, but didn't really get the job done for the most part. Isaiah gets 171 on the ground with 2 rushing touchdowns, and then in the air, Isaiah goes for 13 catches and 164 yards for the touchdown, some of his most receptions of his entire career. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Check the playlist on the screen, and I'll catch you guys in the very next video.